Kia ora koutou. No mai haere mai, councillors, members of the public, staff, and I'll declare the meeting, Regional Council meeting of Thursday, 9th of May open. And in doing so, can I remind councillors, staff, this meeting's been live streamed and recorded, and following the meeting, the recording will be made available on the Bay of Plenty Regional Council website. Also remind you that all present, including the public, that local government decision-making affords no protection to councillors, council officers, public, for making comments during the meeting that are subsequently challenged in a court of law and determined to be slanderous. First agenda item is apologies. We have apologies from Councillor Iti. Next agenda item is public forum. There is none. Items not on the agenda. The following public excluded report to be added to the agenda, which you've been advised is, which a delegation of decision to prosecute for an RMRA offence. Order of business, we will move straight to agenda item 9.4, which is the agenda item for a gift from the Noble family staff.
Good morning, councillors. We have staff who are able to answer questions on behalf of this paper, and I've got Chris with me here. I've also got Santiago, our economist, and Ben, our lawyer. We will take the paper as read because you've had the ability to discuss it prior to this meeting.
Thank you, Fiona. Councillors, you've had, this matter has been discussed several times in the past in regard to strategy. You've all had the paper circulated within the allocated time frame, and as Fiona says, I think my preference is to take this as read and deal with it. Councillor Nees.
I would actually just like to pass the motion, Mr. Chair. I think what we have before us is an incredibly generous gesture by one of our own, which is going to be of huge benefit not only to the community of the Western Bay, to future generations, but also to our environment. And it would be a huge pleasure to actually move that recommendation.
Thank you, Councillor Nees. So moving all the recommendations from 1 through to 8. Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Shirley. It's been seconded. The resolution's been moved and seconded. No further discussion. All those in favour say aye. Against? Carried. So, tēnā koutou katoa. As we come together today, it's hard to find words that adequately express our gratitude and appreciation for what has just occurred. On behalf of the Bay of Plenty Regional Council, Toi Moana, the Western Bay of Plenty District Council, and especially the QE2 Trust, and the entire Bay of Plenty community, I extend our sincere thanks to Ian Noble and the Noble family. Their generous act of gifting their property at Hot Springs Road in Katikati to the community in perpetuity is truly remarkable. Generosity and philanthropy of this magnitude are rare. Ian's unwavering commitment to environmental causes and his years of community service have led him to the selfless decision to ensure that this land benefits both current and future generations of New Zealanders. I would also like to acknowledge the cooperation and partnership that we've had with the QE2 Trust under the leadership of its chair, Alan Livingston. Together, we have successfully established a QE2 covenant for this land, ensuring that the Noble family's wishes will endure indefinitely. Once again, thank you. Thank you to Ian and his family for bestowing this extraordinary gift that guarantees an ongoing legacy benefiting people now and into the future. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. And with those words, I'd just like to give Mr. Livingston, Chair of the QE2 Trust, the opportunity to comment.
Mr. Chair and councillors, thank you very much, Chair Doug, for the opportunity to speak. And look, I can only endorse every comment that you have made about this proposal. And like you, I both compliment and thank Ian and the Noble family for the unselfish gesture that they've made that will benefit all of the Bay of Plenty region. Could I just say QE2 National Trust is pleased to partner with the Regional Council in a very collaborative way to achieve this outcome of meeting Ian's wishes of the property being protected in perpetuity and in its current state, which will benefit both the people and the outstanding biodiversity that it has. To do so, we have only this Monday approved a covenant that covenants the entire property, which is not usual. So we have made an exception and we have expedited it quickly through our process to enable it to happen. So we're very much supportive of that. Further to that, we have, in our terms, approved just over $100,000 to go towards fencing of the bush area, which will protect it from the stock at this stage, and also carrying out the survey costs and a small amount towards pest control. So we totally support the initiative that you've shown, keen to provide or to partner with this, as we have with other proposals with the Regional Council. We very much appreciate that. That's a win-win situation in protecting the biodiversity of our country. So again, thank you to Ian and the Noble family for their generous gesture, and QE2 National Trust is only too pleased to work with the council in achieving this positive outcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alan. With those comments, could I once again thank you, Ian? Could I thank Pauline? Could I thank Catherine, Jill, and Graham? What you've left will be a true legacy for the Noble family. Ian, you're going to enjoy your clearing sale. Keep the auctioneers honest, and I know you'll enjoy it. Thank you very much. We're adjourned for 5 minutes. Declarations of conflict of interest. I don't believe there are any, councillors. No declarations of conflict of interest. Public excluded business to be transferred into the open. There is none. There are no minutes to be confirmed. Reports. The first report is 9.1 is the chairperson's report. I'll move its adoption. Councillor Nee, second. Any questions arising out of that?
Oh,
Yes.
just one tiny detail, the Anzac Day wreath I was there too.
Thank you. With that addition, I'll move it's been moved and second. All those in favour say aye. Against, carried. Thank you. Representation review 9.2.
Happy to move, Mr. Chair.
It's been moved. Councillor Winter, second. Councillor Crosby. Councillors, any questions?
Hello.
Mr. Thurston.
Just firstly taking a page out of Councillor Nees's book. Throughout this, we give Murupara two separate spellings. So can we just get it uniform as to the correct spelling of Murupara? As we know, the most important thing to anyone is the spelling of their name. So it would mean a hell of a lot, I would imagine, to the people of Murupara. And the other thing is, whilst we're sort of putting this to bed now, are we going to have ongoing discussions or communications in the coming years with those communities with regards where their community of interest actually is? I know we've said not on this occasion, but I still firmly believe, and I know my Rotorua colleagues will support me, that their distinct community of interest is Rotorua. So I would like to think in some form there's ongoing discussions and communications with the people of Murupara and Galatea as to where they're most comfortably placed in the future. Thank you so much.
Steve.
Thank you, Councillor. Yeah, and we specifically called, in producing the consultation document, you gave guidance that you wanted the public to have access to all of the options you considered to enable fully informed participation. And one of those options specifically calls out the Murupara Galatea situation. So hopefully that will be at least a first opportunity for those communities to voice their opinions on that.
Mr. Crosby.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I do support just to go out to consultation. The first step, I guess the frustrating part is that the data we have or don't have is a problem, particularly in growth areas around, we're using pretty old data and from a previous census, which is, as I said, quite frustrating. And when you're trying to adhere to the legislation, plus or minus 10%. I also want to acknowledge that at the end of the day, there are some outliers, but it's not a perfect system. And I think we use our best judgment and skill and experience over a long period of time here, knowing the Bay of Plenty and its representation. Hence, we're putting this particular model out for consultation. And thank you for all the work done on all the various other models as well, which we're obliged to do. And hopefully those interested in the community will pick that up and submit one way or the other on how they feel.
Councillor Winters.
It was exactly what Stuart was going to say about the old data. Really frustrating to be able to go out to the community with 2018 census. I mean, surely we got to do better than that for next time, Mr. Chairman. I don't know who that goes back to, but it is DIA.
Thank you. And relative to Councillor Thurston's comment about Murupara, I can assure you the Chief Executive and I had a meeting this week with the Chair of Ngāti Manawa, and their desire, their vision about putting Murupara and its activities on the map, I think was admirable. So no doubt you'll hear more about them in coming times. Resolution's been moved and seconded. All those in favour say aye. Against, carried. Thank you. Te Uepu Papamoa Hills Cultural Heritage Park, terms of reference. Steve.
Just some brief introductory comments. So you approved this terms of reference in 2022 when the group was being established. Over that period, there's been some engagement with the partners to Te Upu, and a slightly amended terms of reference is presented to you here for your approval. All of the partners to Te Upu are supportive of it. The substantive change to the terms of reference that's in front of you from what you previously approved is around decision making. The group wanted to place a real focus on consensus decision making, but also noting that where consensus couldn't be reached and there was a financial or legal impost on council, it would come to council for resolution.
Thank you. Councillor McDonald moved. Thank you. Seconder. Thank you, councillor. All those in favour say aye. Against, carried. Thank you.